is up, metalheads? Last time, we tried fixing the launch power issue of Metal Fight Beyblade by making the Beyblade X launchers usable for MFB Beyblades. Just like what I did with these. 3, 2, 1, go shoot, 3, 2, 1, go shoot. That's why I thought long and hard on other ways to make Metal Fight Beyblade more exciting, playable, and extreme at this age at 2025. And that's when it hit me. Can I modify the Beyblade X Stadium to become usable for Metal Fight Beyblade? You see, we all know that the Beyblade X Stadium features the Xtreme line. It is a rail or track that lets the bits of Beyblade X Beyblades to attach to it to basically turn it into overdrive mode and hit opponents with overwhelming and powerful attacks. Do you think we can pull it off? I believe we can. So before it all happens, click that like and subscribe button and ring the bell so you can be updated when we have new uploads. Without further ado, let's get into this. First, let's start with the materials. We'll be using a cutter, a ruler, a super glue of your choice, and the best friend of cosplayers, EVA foam. But of course, this wouldn't be possible without a Beyblade X Stadium. This Beyblade X Stadium is only a repro or a bootleg. I just don't know which brand. Is it SB or Flame brand? But I didn't want to modify an original Takaratomi Beyblade X Stadium just yet before I was sure with the procedures. So if you want to see me modify a real Takaratomi Beyblade X Stadium, comment it down below. For our step 1, we're going to be removing the rail. Now that we've removed the rail, it's time to get our EVA foam. What we're gonna do with this EVA foam is we're gonna be cutting some strips to replace the rail that we just removed. So for this step, we're also gonna be using our cutter. So once again, if you're a kid, ask your elders for assistance. Using your ruler, you're gonna measure at least a centimeter or a centimeter and a quarter for the width of the strip. And once you have that, you can also use the ruler to guide the cutter when cutting it. And when you're good with all that, it's time to cut. That's done, you're gonna have something like this. What you're gonna want to do with this is try to fit it along the gaps where we removed the rail. Then you'll have something like this. As you can see, it doesn't fill all the gaps yet, so go ahead and cut more from your EVA foam. Once you do cut more, try to see if you can finally fill the entirety of the gaps. With just a little bit more to go, the next one should be the last. Cut out any excess. After some time of trial and error, you should have something like this. And all that's left to do is fill this gap with another small piece. As you can see, we finally filled out the gaps. And once you do, we can finally connect the strips using your choice of super glue. Before you secure it, make sure that it fits well. Now that you're sure of its position, it's finally time to secure it with super glue. And there you have it. We've covered the whole gap with our very own type of rail. And once all of that's done, just put on the lid and go ahead and lock it in place. Now with that, you have a Beyblade X Stadium modified to be usable by Metal Fight Beyblade Bays. Of course, this video wouldn't be complete without a test run. Let's get it! Before we head to some battles, let's check to see if the X-rail for Metal Fight Beyblade is functioning. Let's use Storm Pegasus for that. And as you can see, it functions just like an X-rail. Now let's get into some battles. First we have a Stamina type versus an attack type. Flame Sagittario versus Storm Pegasus. Don't go shoot, don't go shoot. One zero for Storm Pegasus. Three don't go shoot, three don't go shoot. All one for Flame Sagittario. Don't go shoot, three don't go shoot. 2-1 for Storm Pegasus, and that'll be it. Let's move on to another battle. Let's have Earth Eagle versus Rock Leone. Don't go shoot, don't go shoot. One zero for Rock Leone. Don't go shoot, three don't go shoot. All one for Earth Eagle. Don't go shoot, three don't go shoot. And that's gonna be it. 2-1 for Rock Leone. Next, let's have Gravity Destroyer versus Cyclone Herculeo. Should that count? I'm gonna count it. 1-0 for Cyclone Herculeo. Three don't go shoot. And that's gonna be it. 2-0 for Cyclone Herculeo. Next, let's have Thermal Lacerta and Rock Zarafa. Don't go shoot, don't go shoot. 1-0 for Thermal Lacerta. Don't go shoot, don't go shoot. And that's gonna be it. 2-1 for Thermal Lacerta. Time for a destructive battle. Ray Striker versus Galaxy Pegasus. Don't go shoot, don't go shoot. One zero for Galaxy Pegasus. Don't go shoot, don't go shoot. All one for Ray Striker. Don't go shoot, don't go shoot. And that's gonna be it. Galaxy Pegasus wins. Let's try Vulcan Herusius versus Burn Fireblaze. Three don't go shoot, three don't go shoot. 1-0 for Burn Fireblaze. Three don't go shoot, three don't go shoot. And that's gonna be it. 2-1 for Burn Fireblaze. For the last battle, let's have Rock Leone versus Galaxy Pegasus. Don't go shoot, don't go shoot. One zero for Rock Leone. Three don't go shoot, three don't go shoot. All one for Galaxy Pegasus. Three don't go shoot, three don't go shoot. And that's gonna be it. Galaxy Pegasus wins. And if you enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like, subscribe, and ringing that notification bell for when we have new uploads. The power of the Xtreme line is now attainable to Metal Fight Beyblade Beyblades. If you like Metal Fight Beyblade content, follow for more. See you soon, Metalheads!